Yeah, that's right. And I'm a congressman-elect until we elect a speaker, and then I can get sworn in and be a congressman. But look, we're going to have to go through this. You know, one of the things that you talked about was on the papal elections.
Right.
Nobody knows what goes on in there, but I would suspect that when you get a different kind of candidate, is that you have sides that are kind of evenly split. We don't have an even split here. We've got 90% of the conference wants Kevin McCarthy, and there's like 10% that don't. And so will the 10% run over the 90% that want Kevin McCarthy? And that's the question.
And you're among the 90% who wanted and still wants Kevin McCarthy.
Right, and I want only Kevin McCarthy, and so I will only vote for Kevin McCarthy. So maybe they can garner some folks to start getting off Kevin McCarthy's bandwagon. I don't think so, but there are some of us who are going to stick it out, and as long as Kevin sticks it out, you know, all we need is 10 people, 15 people, 20 people to say we're only going to vote for Kevin McCarthy, and we're right back in the same boat. We need to find a solution. The conference, the Republican conference, elected Kevin McCarthy by an overwhelming majority, and we need to elect Kevin McCarthy as a speaker, and we need to move on with America's business, the business that America and Americans voted us to do, to reduce inflation, to take care of the energy crisis, to also to solve the crisis at the southern border, to stop the flow of fentanyl that's killing tens of thousands of Americans every single year. That's the business that we came here to do, not fight with each other. And it's really unfortunate that we have a small percentage of Republicans that really are, you know, stopping us from doing America's work right now.
You know, it's a fascinating process, and you mentioned that the 90% of Republicans who want Kevin McCarthy, unfortunately, to get to that 218, whether you're at 90% or not, and you're not there, you're not there. And to go back to my probably ridiculous analogy on conclaves and Cardinals gathering, I might point out that the original first vote for, do you worry that if with each ballot, McCarthy continues to get, 18, 19, 20 who will not countenance him being in that role, that he might have to consider, all right, we're going nowhere with me?
Well, that'll be up to Kevin to make that calculation. And like I said, I will be with Kevin until Kevin says that he's no longer in the running. And we have a number of Republicans that will only be with Kevin. And so, that's been communicated to the folks on the other side that will not vote for Kevin. We've got a much bigger number of Republicans that are on our side, which is where the caucus and where the conference is, that voted Kevin as our leader and voted Kevin as the speaker designee. And so, I believe in the democratic process. I also believe in being a team player. And if 90% of the conference says Kevin McCarthy should be, and these are the rules that we should be governed by, we as Republicans need to follow suit and then get on with the business of solving America's problems. That's what we came here to do, not to have some inter-party squabble. And it's unfortunate that it's gotten to this point.
It has gotten to this point. I understand where you're coming from, Congressman, but of course, all of this occurs on the same day your governor, Ron DeSantis, was inaugurated. He gave a rousing speech. A lot of people are already looking to 2024, but a lot of Republicans are looking and seeing this day and saying, why should we give them greater power and sway when they can't handle a leadership role? Do you think that the dozen or so Republicans who are not bending on this issue, and that number changes to your point, are hurting the party?
Do I believe it's hurting the party? Yes. I would be lying to you if I didn't think it was hurting the party. I do think it's hurting the party. We need to come out and show the American people that we can lead. Now, once it's all said and done, all those priorities I talked about, we will get them done. But this, first step and the first impression that we're giving the American people is that we don't have our house in order. Unlike what's happening in Florida, we have a governor, and I come from that great state, the free state of Florida. Very impressive governor, has done a fantastic job, won by a wide margin. Many Americans are looking at him maybe for some leadership. But I wish we would have done a better job here at the House of Representatives. Can we get past it? Yes. We need to elect a speaker. We need to get on with the people's work and then do the things that we said that we would do when we got elected here. We have a commitment to America. We all have that commitment to America. Even, all 222 of us have that commitment, and we are committed to doing those things, fixing energy, the border, the fentanyl crisis, what happened in Afghanistan, oversight of the Biden administration, all those things we will get to once we get past, this issue with the Speaker.
All right, now it might take quite a few votes. It might take quite a few rounds. I don't know. You know this process. You're new to it yourself as a congressman-elect.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
do wonder what you make of the process, because Democrats were told, sir, are being told, don't wander anywhere. With every vote, they want every available congressman and woman to be there to vote and to cast that vote. And some are saying that the only chance for Kevin McCarthy now, early as it is, to your point, that if they were to wander, some Republicans were to wander, that would lower the total number of available voting congressmen or congressman-elect. And that might improve the odds of Kevin McCarthy getting that job. Others are saying it might improve the odds of a Democrat running what is ostensibly a Republican House.
Yeah, remember, Hakeem is going to get, Jeffries will get 212 votes.
Right,
and he will continue to get 212 votes. If you start lowering the threshold and then it gets close to 212 votes being the number, then Hakeem Jeffries may become the next Speaker of the House if enough Republicans walk. I don't think any Democrats are going to be walking. They see that we can't get to 218, and if we start walking away and that number starts to come down, and then 212 becomes the number, yeah, it's a far-fetched idea. I don't think it's going to happen, but could it happen? Yeah, it could happen. And so we need to think about that too. We need to stay around too. We need to have all 222 members here voting to make sure that Hakeem Jeffries does not become the Speaker of the House. That would be a travesty. And that would actually be, we are being disloyal to and we are betraying the American people who gave us the majority. We need to have a Republican Speaker, and that Republican Speaker needs to be Kevin McCarthy, who the Republican conference has voted overwhelmingly to be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Congressman-elect, a real pleasure talking to you. Congratulations again on your victory. And now, of course, you have to wait to seal it, depending on how they seal this speakership. But thank you again. Happy New Year to you.
Real Happy New Year to you too, Neil. And by the way, this is not just because I'm I'm a sophomore. This hasn't happened since like 1923. So nobody here knows. And this is all new to everybody here. So
no, you're right.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
I covered that back in 1923. I know I look young, but I was there then for the 9 ballots that went on. Congressman-elect, very, very